Let's kick off today's show, folks. Let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, some naked dude in this case, being completely found nude and doing some stuff to himself inside of a Lowe's display shed. You ever go to Lowe's? You ever walk around and see those sheds that kind of hang out there? Yeah, I guess some other guy had an idea. Was quoting Beavis and Butthead Do America, where those boys are whacking it in my tool shed again. Anyway, here's what we know. So this is a bizarre incident that has gone very viral, according to police in Slidell, Louisiana, who arrested a man on May 11th, 2025, after he was found naked in a display shed outside of the Lowe's hardware store. Now, this man has not been identified. They're not telling us who he is. But the cops did confirm he is not from the town. He is from out of town. They want to make, in my opinion, they want to make this abundantly clear. So they're like, listen, we might got our own set of perverts here in Slidell, Louisiana, but man, we ain't no jerker offers in no shit. I think that's what they're trying to say, quite frankly. It's like, this guy is not like, he's not us. Okay. So they just bring up Kendrick Lamar is not like us and start playing that while talking about this guy. So here's what we know. Here is how the story unfolds. Like I said, the suspect, who has not been named but is confirmed to be not from the immediate vicinity, was discovered lying on his back in the tool shed, pants down around his ankles, and an open jar of Vaseline nearby, and a smartphone which was playing a currently unidentified YouTube video. Now, there are some depths of YouTube you can go to if you are out of range of, let's say, Pornhub or X videos or Spank Bang or whatever, right? Whatever you normally go to kind of, unleash some tension and shoot off some ropes and thwip like Spider-Man. There are things you can do on YouTube to find content that is close to what you would see visually. I guess you know what? Look up bikini waxing. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say about that one is look up bikini waxing on YouTube and then realize that, oh my God, maybe Pornhub is a thing of the past. Maybe the very undercockles of YouTube, the very depth of that basement is where you can find some good stuff. Anyway, so the man then admitted to officers that he was pleasuring himself inside the shed. So the guy openly admitted to the cops, hey man, I'm out here just jerking the gherkin, doing my thing. But you know what, to be fair, I have to give this guy a little bit of credit. He was out of sight. Okay. The guy felt the urge. Every guy out there understands that feeling. Random boners, they happen. Random boners suck. Okay. Most of us, I'd say probably arguably the vast majority, 99.9% of us, we just kind of tuck it in between our waistbands and walk on with our day, right? This guy, on the other hand, was like, man, I'm really feeling that urge. I really got to go and take care of this. And so he just, he went and he found a tool shed and pulled the Beavis. And it's gross. Don't get me wrong. You could probably do it covertly and find a family bathroom somewhere. You can put a lock on the door. It's only you. No one's going to hear you. No one's going to come on in, right? There's ways to do it, but a shed, I kind of give him credit for the ingenuity. Anyway, someone heard him. Called the cops. Cops came over about 5 p.m. And this is what they heard. There was a witness who had noticed unusual movement inside one of the outdoor sheds that are typically used to showcase backyard storage options, which means that these are just empty. Okay. And we all know the motion of the ocean. Okay. We all know, right? The one-handed slide. We all know all of that stuff. So it's not anything uncommon. But they saw it rocking. I guess if the sheds are rocking, you better come a knocking. Now, they called the authorities. The police arrived promptly and began checking the structure. In one, they discovered the man mid-act. Officers instructed him to get dressed and placed him under arrest without incident. Now, the man has been charged with public obscenity, serious offense in Louisiana that could carry fines and or jail time, especially given the lewd nature of the act in a public commercial space. But what's really funny here, what really added to the public shock and amusement, was the timing that this apparently happened on Mother's Day. Right? So the guy didn't have anywhere to go. He was alone on Mother's Day, decided to go crank one out in a Lowe's storage shed. I mean, listen, we've all been low in our life, no pun intended. Okay? But and I'm sure many of us guys out there have at least one story about maybe I've done it in places maybe I shouldn't have done it before, okay? when you were younger, but this guy, we don't know how old he is. Now, the news of the arrest did, in fact, spread pretty rapidly online. There's a bunch of Reddit threads talking about it, local news stories turning it into a bit of an oddball viral headline, making it a bit of a joke. A lot of the comments, this is kind of funny, they ranged from like disgusted to amused. Some calling the man Lowe's horniest customer, and others were simply baffled at the choice of the location. The company itself has failed to issue any kind of statement on the matter. They want this just to go away. Okay, they don't want to get themselves in any kind of stickier situation than they might be if they decided to step in something, say something. Personally, I think, slap on the wrist this guy. I'm not for public masturbation. Okay, but if you're inside of a closed shed, is it really public? Because people can't really, could you there's no lock on the outside. But you got to watch out, man. The motion of the ocean definitely finds a way to make itself work. Although what's funny is this is Louisiana. This is a Louisiana man. If it was a Florida man, it'd probably make a little bit more sense. But at the same time, well, Florida is kind of like Louisiana's cousin. So there you go on that one, folks. But here's my question to you. Where is the weirdest place you've jerked off? I don't need graphical information. I'm just kind of curious, right? Kind of, again, information that goes nowhere outside of this podcast. So just let me know.